Yeah, basically, many speakers spoke about the power line communications and its advantages. My focus area, how in India this PLC can be used for the advanced metering infrastructures. So, as many speakers told about the the advantages of these PLCs, there is no any additional cost or a recurring expenditure on the spectrum or right of way for the pole selection, other things. So that way it is one of suitable. Just before going details how that, just I wanted to give a brief idea about what advanced metering infrastructures. So here advanced metering infrastructure, it is basically includes smart meter along with associated softwares for acquiring energy meter consumption details along with other parameters, and it provides more better way of data analytics. And the advantage of going for this remote AMI system, there is the option is available for both prepaid or postpaid. Consumers can have it, that one, and also it is a win-win situation for the utility as well as consumers. So the consumers have a control as and when need is there, they can go for prepaid option and they can charge accordingly their requirement. And utility also will get advance payment. So that way it will be very much useful. Though this CMI in India started long back, and at the time still the market was not matured and technology also not much about the PLC, but a lot of some experiments, small levels, both in CPRA as well as in some utilities like Tata Delhi Power, though also did some experiments. And at same time, the PLC was very popular in European countries, and there was a lot of discussion in India also. But that time there was a discussion about the utilities not having confidence because of the signal loss due to the wiring quality and other things. But that scenario is entirely different. The utilities have to relook the use of power line communications in the present scenario. Lot of technology has changed as well as the advancements in the semiconductor chips and communication technologies provides even in the very poor conditions of signal availability. Still, that performance will be good. Another plus point is that advanced metering infrastructure, that basically this application is not non-critical kind of applications. So definitely, if anything is missing information is there, the meters locally store the data. When communication gets restored, all details will be available. So that way utilities can think of going for this one. And in the present scenario, the government of India has launched various schemes, and especially under RPD, under RDSS scheme, that is revamped distribution scheme. The main focus area is the implementation of AMI across the India. So under before this RDSS also, the government of India provided a lot of initiatives and funding for the state utilities to improve their quality of wiring, infrastructure strengthening under RAPDRP and IPDSS all. So this all definitely now the present utilities can take up power line communication for AMA applications. Means they are in the readiness to take up that one. If the wiring quality has very much improved drastically. And in the present scenario, under RDSS, many of the AMA service providers, they are going for the that is mobile based communications 4G. And already we know that now we are in the 5G era. 4G, when the deployment of AMA system happens, most of the 4G also again the communication service providers will be moving to 5G networks. So again, the maintaining of this for AMS systems running on 4G will be difficult, and many of the service providers may not be able to support. So that way, power line communication has an advantage of over the obsolescence. At least 8 to 10 years can be guaranteed. Even technology advancement happens, incrementally we can go for new changes. So another advantage of using power line communication is also is that for the LT lines we are using again this power line signals will not cross over on the distribution transformers, but the technology is also providing for the medium voltage communication, that is on 11 kV also, either using a mobile communication system or MEPLC itself can be used for transferring to the data center of the utilities, all the CME systems. That is also possibilities is there. And just to, before concluding, just here I want to highlight what CPR has done in long back. This is around 2005 initiated a lot of experiments on the power line communications. We installed narrowband based power line communication system AMA, at the time we call as AMR systems within our campus, and that performance was found to be very good. There was not much issue of any data interruptions or signal loss. Even if it is lost, we have provided that to store the data within the meter. Just this is one more slide. We can see that this is the kind of software we developed about 15 to 20 years back. This is an example I'm telling. Now a lot of things are changed, and the technology advancement, PLC is definitely very low cost, and it is affordable to the utilities. You can see that this is how that we can see the meter readings during for every 15 minutes, and the quality of that one. The number of errors are very less. Even that missing data here, you can see that will be stored. Whenever communication gets restored, we can get data. So another experiment also we did during the 2010 on broadband power line communications. Here we used BPL based modems for both metering applications as well as internet kind of applications purpose. And we have noticed that its performance is satisfactory, except that during any of these mixie grinders or that kind of things, there was a signal interruption was there. But now with the advent of latest technologies and IEEE 1901 with the revisions, we know that 1901 started in way back 2005. Now it is matured enough. Definitely we can take up, as my previous speakers has explained about its the advantages. So with this, just what I wanted to highlight is that Government of India under RDSS scheme as providing the budgetary support of 97 lakh crores for the implementation of prepaid AMA systems across the India. This includes both urban area as well as rural areas. And you can see that in rural areas also, now the quality of distribution lines are very much improved under the REC rural electrification areas. Definitely the power line communication is feasible in those areas, and whatever experiment done in the long back, and one under RAPDRP scheme that was done under Tripura, that is about 47,000 AMI system, remote meter reading systems is operational in the power line communication systems. So many of these industries and AMI service provider has to come forward for using the power line communication systems. Under REC, for Government of India support, the reference bidding document is available, that is published, that is available in the REC website. That includes power line communication also, one of the communication media apart from cellular communications are of that. So there is no exclusion or anything. So government is supporting that one, and the utilities, if it goes for that one, definitely it is a very cost saving and effective. And moreover, this complete communication will be controlled within the utilities. The potential opportunity exists for the AMI service providers. Those AMI service providers are participating in the government tenders, utilities tenders for the implementation of AMI systems. Though they can look forward for the PLC also. The technology is well matured now. It is available in India also as well as across the globe. So definitely they can think, and they can also discuss with utilities. They can go for confidently on the PLC build AMI systems.
2 minutes.
So
2 minutes.
hello.
Yeah, it remains 2 minutes for presentation.
Yeah. This is not 2 slides. So this is how that advanced metering infrastructure when get completely implemented using the power line communication, how it looks. You can see that at the consumer level we will be having meters, and directly at the pole, just like simple telephone communication connectivity like that. Here meters can be there at the pole also, or at the house also it can be there. There will not be any issue. Only thing is that meter connectivity gets extended through the communications, and the energy consumption recordings also happens at the individual meters located at the pole, or it could be at the individual houses. The consumers can have access through its consumptions through many of the apps. Either it can be mobile or in the local displays, what we call that in-home displays, that can be there. That in-home display also can be on power line communication also, possibility is there. Whenever from the transformer, distribution transformers we have to change over that communication channel to extend up to the utilities. We can go for 11 kV communication systems also. So for that also technology available. Definitely that can be tried. Even CPR also did some works on the 11 kV systems. That is also satisfactory. That time, about 10 years back. Now the technology is a lot improved. Definitely utilities can go confidently go for PLC built AMS systems. So government is supporting very much for the prepaid smart metering for both urban and rural areas. So large scale PLC built AMA pilots, at least if utility is not confident, but it has to go for large scale pilots. Just for 1,000 numbers that will not be much of useful. They have to go for multiples 10,000 levels. So that gives better confidence among the utilities as well as policy makers. So AMA service providers has to initiate this kind of dialogues, and they can also participate in the tenders. They can offer for the PH-based systems that will be low cost compared to other modes of AMS systems. I think with this, I am concluding my presentations. Thank you once again.